Okay, and we're recording. I'm gonna try something a little different today. So today, the mommer and our son and I went out to the movies to watch a spin-off from a tired franchise, and we went and saw Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. So let's bring in my guests tonight. We have the mommer. Hello,
Hello.
and you're here. And let's bring in. Here we go. We've got chubby Puss in Boots. Meow. Uh, so I don't know if you could hear my intro. I said, we're going to see a spin-off movie from a tired franchise that's hasn't been good for a while. Are you aware the first Shrek movie came out like 22 years ago?
That's crazy.
Isn't it? And then Shrek was really good, and then Shrek 2 was really good, probably because it had Puss in Boots in it. And then like Shrek's 3 and 4. I don't even think I saw the fourth one. I think the third one was pretty bad, and I gave up.
The fourth one was okay. The third one was really bad.
Yeah, the third one did it for me. And then we decided to go see this one tonight. This is the trailer for the movie, and I gotta say, I laughed out loud at this movie. This was really good. This could be the best one out of all of them.
Yeah, when I just think about like all the DreamWorks movies, I think this is up there with like How to Train Your Dragon, with Shrek 1 and Shrek 2, Kung Fu Panda, if not even like better than some of those movies. Like this is just a really well executed movie. Like all the emotional moments, the funny moments, like it all just hits. Like the action's really cool. It kind of has like the Spider-Verse vibe. I just think it was really well done.
But it's funny that you say that because the animation style in this one is like the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse style of animation, I think, which I think really works with this type of movie.
Yeah.
What did you think, Mama?
Well, it's interesting because I was saying tonight at dinner that, I work a lot on the weekends. And so I was like, oh, golly, if I'm going to spend this amount of time, then I hopefully am enjoying the time. And I was thinking about how to describe this without giving anything away. And it is the perfect animated movie where you are captured into a very charming story, and the moral has a really good journey. Like it comes like every little animated movie that's good usually has like a really good thought they're trying to express. And you start out and you're taken in with just the whole animals things. And you're right, I laughed out loud so much because it captures just the idiosyncrasies of the animals. But then the end, you follow this character's journey, and you're really rooting for him, and he doesn't lose his character to another. Like there's no trying to like shove anything down our faces, or it's just he's going through his journey. And I actually shed a tear. It was so heartwarming. It was so wonderful.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I cried a little bit. I really did. I actually cried twice, and it was all with the little dog, because like, I mean, he is kind of a one. He's got one state throughout the whole movie. Like his character doesn't really change, but I found it so heartwarming, and yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the way that he just like wants to be loved, and like I thought it was really cute, and it did make me tear up a couple times. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Well, he is the altruistic one in the movie.
Yeah.
Like he's just good the whole way through, and he's there, and he kind of holds the story together. Look at that, kitty's all cold. This was so well done. You know what else I really like? Well, two things I really like. Not gonna lie, Disney's put out some garbage recently. Bad movies, bad Marvel movies, bad Disney movies, and all that. And this movie does not shy away from taking shots at Disney. Big Jack Horner, when he goes out, to follow them, they take a lot of shots at Disney. He's got Mary Poppins, but I think at one point he even they called it like a granny bag, and he goes, no, it's a magical nanny bag.
Yeah.
And he's got, they've had the glass slipper and the Alice in Wonderland, drink this, eat this thing. And they were just. I felt like they were taking shots at Disney. You know, you got Pinocchio mixed in here from the other movies, and I really like that. And the other thing I like is there's the villain. Now the main villain, they show him here in the trailer, the wolf,
Yeah, very briefly, I think.
very briefly. So he's like the main villain, and when he's on screen, he is not played funny in any way, shape, or form.
Oh yeah.
So when he's there, like Puss's his fur stands up, and he's scared, like because the character is menacing, and there's no jokes when he's on the screen. So he's a legitimate threat throughout the movie. But then you have all these other really funny movies like Goldilocks here and the Three Bears as like a
Yeah.
crime syndicate. That was really funny. And the voice acting is so good. Antonio Banderas is the perfect voice. You know, he's like Kevin Conroy, rest in peace, is like the perfect Batman voice. Antonio Banderas is the perfect Puss in Boots voice.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah,
And
like what you were saying with that villain, you can see him right here on the screen.
yeah,
Like he's like the best. I think he's the best DreamWorks villain. Like, I mean, Tai Lung's also awesome, but just in terms of like menacing, I think it's like it's a toss up with him and Tai Lung. Like he was like legitimately like scary, and they did a really cool thing in the movie where they kind of have like a song. He does a little like
the whistle, yeah.
a little whistle song whenever he shows up, and then Puss's first stands up, and it was like it's scary whenever he comes in. It's like
And Puss looks scared. Like his eyes open up. I'm like, the character is very menacing.
yeah,
Well, you know, it's interesting. So here we are with this is what, how many of the sequels? And by this point in time in all these other movies we've been watching, we're just getting to the point where it's repeating bad. It's like eating a bad dish again and again and again. And it's like, where is the imagination? Where's the creativity? We've said it often with a lot of the new movies that have come out recently. I felt this movie had so much creativity. They took things, but they didn't reuse. Like, I don't know. It was so well done. It was so imaginative. It was so inspiring. It was so different, and they just wove together a story where you were just glued, and you were part of the story. It was just so well done.
yeah. It was really really cute.
Yeah,
I
I
just
would.
bring it. Well, go ahead.
You had said chubby Puss in Boots. That just cracks me up.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
think he was in the fourth Shrek where they
Yeah,
go to like dimension
yeah.
or whatever.
You had said in the very beginning that. Oh golly, I just lost my train of thought. I was laughing so much at at your avatar. No, it was Oh, what did you say in the very beginning when you came in? That this was like close to like one of your. You felt this was up there with Shrek or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you said?
Well, I think yeah, like the best DreamWorks movies, like this is by far like up there.
I think this is, yeah, I totally think this is really right up there. It's just so imaginative. It's so creative. I was so
Yeah.
impressed. Yeah. And they
Yes.
didn't use like they kept their nuances of the animals. They just kept doing things that you typically know, but they use them in such a really neat way. And I love the
Yeah.
Goldilocks. She was that was such a great addition.
Yeah, I think in a movie like this, you could get kind of caught up in having too many villains or too many
Yes.
characters because there's a lot of characters. You have Kitty Softpaws, you have Puss in Boots, you have the dog, you have Goldilocks and the Three Bears, you have Death, and you have what's the fat kid's name?
Big Jack Horner.
Big Jack Horner. So you have a lot of characters, but I think that it always worked. Like I wasn't ever annoyed. I was like, I want to get back to Puss in, or I want to get back to this. I want to get back to that. Like I was like, I think each character had their own little motivation and their own little thing going on, and like it was all interesting. So I thought that was very impressive because there's so many movies where they try to do too much and like the whole thing is just spread thin. But that was not the case in this movie at all.
I totally agree with that. The writing was good, the script was good, the voice acting was fantastic. Oh my gosh, it was so well done. When you were talking about the dogs, remember the dog's little at the very end when he went through his little litany? Oh my gosh, it was
Yeah.
just so funny. It's just so well done.
And like I'm not gonna lie, like Puss in Boots is a kids movie. This was like kind of raunchier than I was expecting.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
there is some raunchy thing. Like there was, not to spoil, but there's one joke where it's like, Horner, I barely know her. And I was like, what? They really just say that? And then the dog like curses a lot, and I think it's so funny. And like it's just, yeah, I was impressed. Like this is just a good movie. There's jokes for the adults, there's jokes for the kids. Like it's good.
I also think, and the one thing I love about movies is I could see this again, and I would go in this time and I'd try and pick up. Like, they have a lot of symbolism with all the different nursery rhymes, and then as you were saying, Granddalorian, a lot of the things from Disney, so that you can pull out. You can see it again, and you can pull out different things each time. This is definitely a two. You can watch this again.
I mean,
Yeah.
look at how jacked he is. This one definitely- Puss doesn't need a spotter.
That's my antithesis.
That was good. Let me see if I can pause this on Goldilocks too. I think Goldilocks is interesting the way she's animated, because if you look at her, we got to get a little through the. Mama Luna was the crazy cat lady with all the cats with the mittens.
Oh
All
yeah.
these kittens have lost their mittens. Isn't that a nursery rhyme too?
Yeah.
The kittens and their mittens, and the baker's dozen, and the baker's 12. Hang on, let me see if I can skip up here a little bit. When she comes in, when Goldilocks comes in, if you look at the way she's animated, the dog posing as a cat.
I love that dog.
All right, hard pass. Here you go. So the bears show up, and if you look at Goldilocks, she's got like attributes of all three bears in her. Like the one bear's got the necklaces, the baby bear, and then she's got the earrings that mismatch like her mother's do. And look at her hair. Her hair is done up like bear ears.
Yeah.
And I think towards the end, doesn't she get like a scar on her face?
Does
And
she?
because the dad, yeah, I don't think you see it in the trailer. Let me see if we get to the end of the trailer when they're all charging at each other. I've been watching this like 20 times now while I've been waiting to go in through all this. Like, it's too far back.
Yeah.
But it's just really well animated. I like the animation style, and yeah, I think the characters all get a good arc, and the villain is menacing and is a real, in the beginning, when Puss first meets him, he beats Puss pretty easily.
Yeah.
And you're like, how's he going to overcome this? And then he's chasing him the whole movie, and every time he shows up, it's really menacing. So this is a great movie.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I was surprised because this came out December, and we went in to get our tickets, and they said, "All right, choose your seat." I was like, "The theater's filled up." Like we had to sit in the very back. I was like really impressed. Like this movie's still drawing in people, weeks later.
Yeah, I wonder what this is going to. I mean, I doubt this is going to Avatar, $2
Oh.
billion.
No
But
way.
this is going to be a moneymaker for them. So if they can do them like this, do another one, because I love the voice actors in this. They were really good.
Yeah, it was amazing.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I really like how it was just new material. It just wasn't old stuff, just repeated and repeated. Yeah, it was really good. It's definitely worth going to see. It's really well done.
well, that said, that's our all three thumbs up, or all three paws up on this one.
Yep.
Definitely.
Go see it, enjoy it, and I would watch this again.
Oh, definitely.
I'll definitely watch it when it comes out. Probably I might even get it on 4K or something.
Yeah. I don't know what the Universal stuff streams on, but yeah.
We'll find out. We're gonna find out. All right. Well, thanks for coming on, guys, and talking about this great movie. And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you for doing so. And please, if you haven't seen Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, go see it. You will not be disappointed.
Yup, yup.
All right, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye now.
Meow, meow, meow.